Hey, it's February 5th, 2026, and this is the Daily Dump. I'm Mr. Chris and I do stuff, and today was medical day. Now you might be wondering, what does that mean? Well, I'll give you a real quick way of how we got here. I'm a diabetic. I wasn't a great diabetic. I drank more than I should for a little while, didn't pay attention to my foot, and I had to cut off all my toes. That was in 2020. So yeah, that's when that started. And then you jump up 3 years of surgeries, growing a foot basically back, and I'm now told that I'm allowed to walk. Potentially, I need to go get a shoe. As soon as I get my shoe, they're like, you should be cleared to start walking. I'm like, awesome. They're like, you're about a month out. It takes about a month to get the shoe. I'm like, this is perfect timing. So the place in Orlando that takes my insurance was a place called Hanger Clinic. So I go there, and I meet with the lady there. And I think I've had better people measure my foot at like Foot Locker. And I don't even really go to Foot Locker, but you know the machine they have there where they push it up to the side and they measure it? Yeah, that would have, I felt, been more accurate. I think she had me like step on a ruler or something. I don't know. I don't remember it being, and I was new to it, so I'm like, maybe this is the right way you do it. Maybe this is how it's done. So we order my shoe, and then my doctor's like, all right, cool, you're ready to go. You know, I got one of those big goofy boots. You probably seen one of your friends walk around in, and you're kind of like, wow. I got one of those I'm walking in, but I'm looking forward to a shoe. Now, here I know this is an unfair expectation, right? I expected to walk in there wobbling and walk out with the shoes on like Jesus on water. Like this is my moment. It's been 3 years since I have been able to walk, and I've basically been playing the adult version of the floor is lava, right? And I'm ready to walk, and yeah, you know what they call it, a non-load bearing foot. So finally, I'm allowed to be load bearing. Ugh, I don't like how that sounds, but yes, I'm allowed to walk. So this lady is between me and walking, and I go in, and she goes, "Oh, it's the wrong shoe." So I feel like, okay, you didn't even look at the shoe. You could have presented this in a different way. She's like, "You're just gonna have to come back." Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, y'all should check this before the customer gets there, but I get you. So we order a new shoe, or the new shoe, and the new shoe comes a little bit quicker. Now later I find out these are just shoes you can order on the internet. I can get them overnight by Amazon. So I don't know why they're trying to tell me that getting a shoe replaced was such a big deal. But yeah, okay, so I come back. It's the wrong size shoe. All right, we gotta order a new shoe. Now, mind you, she's between me and walking. It's been 3 years. It's been 13 surgeries. And when I say surgeries, I mean trips to the OR where they put you under, they give you the cocktail, you go to sleep in the OR, you wake up in the recovery room, which is like $17,000 a half an hour, by the way. I don't know, this foot's like worth a couple $1 million by now. But back to the message. So she's between me and walking. And so finally, after tons of effort, we get a pair of shoes that will fit on my foot. I'm not sure they're the exact right foot, but I'm just kind of fed up and want to start walking. And actually, for like a year, I'm good. My foot's good, everything's good. I only got one pair of shoes because they were weird about me getting a second pair. I don't know why. And yeah, I overdo it. I hurt my foot again. I get a diabetic ulcer. I go back in, I have a surgery. We start to do the recovery. Things start to get better again. And then things kind of stall with my current doctor. And now we finally get back to the point where I'm ready to wear a shoe again, right? Now we're 6 years into this. And I had that year break where I could walk, but now, you know, we're finally healed. Like the bottom's really healed this time. And the last cast actually rubbed the side of my foot and caused a new injury, but we're finally at the point where even that's healed. And now I can walk again. And Hanger Clinic is the only place in Orlando that will take my insurance. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's just a bad experience, but let's try and set up the right expectations this time. So I call up and I go, hey, you know, I came there and I had a bad experience. Is there any chance I can talk to a manager? I just want to find out the right way for me to interact with you guys. And she's like, all right, no problem. So this guy calls. I'm going to call him G-Man. He calls me up. And he's one of those like, yeah, man, kind of attitudes. And I'm like, hey, look, this is what happened last time. And he's like, no, that's not right. He goes, that's not right. You know, you come in, I'll take care of you personally. Don't worry about it. He goes, I'll have someone from the front give you a call, and they'll set up an appointment, and then you'll come in and you'll see me. And I'm like, all right, cool. So the person from the front never called. I just got a text that said I had an appointment. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I show up to that appointment, and I pretty much walk in, and I'm like, hey, I'm here to see the manager, Mr. G-Man. And she's like, wait, did you bring all your paperwork? And I'm like, what paperwork? I just got a text telling me this was my appointment. She goes, well, without a script, we can't get you a shoe. And I'm like, but the script just says left shoe with toe filler. Like, that's literally all it's written on it. She goes, without the script, we can't even have the appointment. Like, but you're not giving me the shoe. We'll just take a measure. Okay, fine, whatever. Now, mind you, I can't walk. So for me to get downtown and go in and get handicap parking and go in and get on the scooter, it's a big commute. So I leave. And I'm so upset about this because I'm upset because I called to talk to a manager and make sure the expectations were set right, and they missed the phone call. The manager didn't say anything. So I called corporate and I'm like, hey, this just happened to me. And we're so sorry, sir, we'll take care of it. So my phone rings, it's G-Man. G-Man's like, hey, I was in the office, I don't know why, the girls up front screwed up, they should have came and got me. Now one, I don't know why people feel like blaming the staff, because all I hear is, I didn't train them correctly, so it's really my fault that you were treated poorly. Like, don't dump on your front staff. If they don't know what they're doing, you didn't train them. So you're not a good manager. And that falls back on you then. So, but anyways, he throws them under the bus, says it's their fault. Come back at 2. I'm like, all right. So, 2, I get back in my car, I get back downtown, I get back in there, I roll in to go see him, and he goes, oh, I didn't notice this in your chart. You need a custom shoe. We're going to have to give you a cast. We don't do casts afternoon because people's feet swell, so you're going to have to come back and get an appointment that's in the morning so we can cast you. Are you effing kidding me? So now you've had me drive downtown twice, get in my car twice, get on my knees, do all that twice to waste my time. Okay? I let him know that, hey, you should have came out earlier and said something. You said you would meet me and you didn't, and you should have known when my appointment was. Then you said that you would handle this personally, and we talked, and you didn't even look at my case until I got here, knowing that I'd given you a heads up. Okay? So I'm like, all right, so we set up the appointment. It's in like a week or 2. I'm like, look, dude, you're getting between me and getting my shoe. And remember my story from last time. Y'all didn't let me walk because... And meanwhile, this was a couple months ago. We're not even up to today's medical day. This was a couple months ago. This is still the filler story, believe it or not. So I finally get to the point where, all right, we've got the appointment. And I come in, we get the cast done. I leave. I'm like, hey, I really need this shoe by a certain date. I'm leaving on my road trip to go around the U.S., and I really want my shoe by then. And he goes, okay, no problem. We'll put a rush on it. Absolutely. I'll call you as soon as the shoe's in. I've got you, man. I'm sorry. I just care about my customers, man. Come on, man. I'm on your side. I do this for the customers. When they come in, I think, why don't they need a custom shoe? Like, and I'm like, all right, you're kind of giving me a weird vibe. And even my girlfriend was like, he's giving me a weird vibe. And I'm like, all right. I agree with the weird vibe. So, my foot, everything's going all right, but my doctor's like retiring, and I called to get a second opinion, so I start going to this wound care clinic, and they're like, hey, the gold standard is a walking cast. So we're going to throw you in a walking cast, so your foot's just protected, basically while this last little bit of healing happens. It's good that you got fitted for your shoe already, kind of stuff. All right, cool. Well, let's move on. Now I go to pick up my shoes. They finally come in. I go in to pick them up. It's been a month or so. I think a little bit longer than that. I go in to pick them up, and I see them sitting in a box. There's a note on there, and it's got a date, but that date's 2 weeks ago. I'm like, there is no way these shoes have been sitting here for 2 weeks, and this guy didn't call me, because I wouldn't have had this cast on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this cast is a new thing. They literally put it on this morning to start my new treatment for this, just to finish things off, doing some skin grafts on the side, and he's like, oh, well, I can't give you the shoes because I can't put them on your feet, and due to Florida laws, if I don't put them on your feet, I can't hand them to you. Okay. So he's like, well, why don't you go over there, have them take the cast off, come back here, get the shoes, go back over there, have them put the cast back on. Meanwhile, this is the place that doesn't have an appointment for a month. I'm like, no, dude, at this point, I'm just like, I'm like, that's probably not going to happen. Now, when did these shoes get here? Because the 3 on the box, he goes, yeah, they got here on, it looks like they got here on like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, and you didn't call me to come in. There's a couple weeks we could have came in and got this all done before the cast went on my foot, and nope, he didn't. And he didn't see the flaw in his logic of how that would upset me. I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I want these shoes. I'm out of here. So I leave. I just drop it. I'm like, whatever. I guess they're gonna eat those shoes. That's theirs. They can have fun with it. I'm gonna go a different route. So I found another place. She does. She's local. She doesn't take my insurance, but she can see me immediately. She can get the shoes done on my timetable, and it's only gonna be about, it sounds like $800 to get shoes, which getting them through that Hanger clinic was $500 out of pocket, because those shoes were like $2,000 or $1,500, and I had to pay like some copay to them because it's not a prescription, it's a medical device, and insurance covers them different. But that's a whole different argument about how bad insurance is. But that's only a little bit more than my last shoes. And this lady seems a lot nicer, and the doctor is like, love this lady, she's awesome. So I actually went and saw her today. All right, it's a medical day. I go to the doctor, I find out, all right, cool, we're going to take you out of the cast so that you can go get fitted with this lady. So now tomorrow morning I gotta go get the cast put back on for the next week or two, just so we're 100% done. But she fitted me, so she's working on my shoes. Professional, awesome fitting, best fitting I've ever had, only fitting I've ever had, because I don't consider the two I've had at Hanger to be anything like fittings now that I've had a proper one done. And yeah, full confidence these shoes are gonna rock. And this lady was even like, do you want to get 2 different styles and you can move the insoles around and stuff? And I'm like, that's an option? Because yeah, here's the brands, here's the models, you can order them online. I'm like, oh my god, the difference between this place and the other place is insane. And the price, like, it's an extra $150 for me to get a different style shoe. So I'm paying like $950, almost $1,000, but I'm getting 2 shoes, and I can guarantee you these are gonna fit. And she's like, when I give you the shoes, it's a 2-hour appointment because we dial everything in. And then we have an immediate follow-up 7 days later to check out the shoes the second time. This is what good service feels like. So yeah, people, fire your people who aren't doing good. Get away from them. There are better places. And yeah, you might have to pay out of pocket and whatever. Right? This is 6 years, and it's between me and walking. So she's like, absolutely. I'm like, I'm March 1st. I'm leaving to go on my road trip. We need to get this done. She's like, all right. So she's on a game plan. We pay the rush fee. It's like $100. Now I'm on my game plan. I'm going to get my shoes. All right. All that just to tell you that while I'm driving, I get a text from good old Hanger that says, hey, we have an appointment on like March something for me to come pick up my shoes. For real. So I call and they're like, yeah, that's our next appointment. I'm like, I actually had forgotten about the Hanger shoes at this point. So I'm just like, my mind is blown. So I call up corporate, Hanger corporate. I just let them know again, like, hey, you know, I called before about this place. This guy, oh, I forgot to throw this in there. I mentioned the guy's name, Mr. G, while I was at the shoe place, and she goes, actually, I hear that a lot about him. And I don't think she was lying. Yeah, he just gives that vibe. But, and I don't know, just like a used car salesman kind of vibe, like the ick. But, so, yeah, anyways. So I tell corporate that, and they put me in touch with Miss A, or Lady A, we'll call her, and works out on her. She was really nice. She listened to me. She sounded concerned. So now, I don't know what the debacle is. I've ordered 2 shoes from the wonderful shoe place, but now I have this fully custom-made shoe, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit my deductible for the year for my insurance, so technically the shoe from Hanger isn't going to cost me anything out of pocket. So my question to you for the daily dump for today is, should I get that shoe from Hanger? I don't know if I just leave it or if I go get it. I mean, Lady A did say she would call me. She called me back on the appointment. I said February 18th is the day that I'm getting my cast off and I'm ready for a shoe. So she set up an appointment for the 19th. Made it work. Made it with someone other than G-Man. So that's awesome. And so we'll see. I don't know. I kind of just want them to eat the cost of the shoe and be a D-bag about it, because I don't think they can bill insurance without ever delivering it. But I also need another shoe, and if it's going to be free, it'd be worth it. I mean, it's a real ugly shoe, dude. It's really ugly. I mean, it's an ugly shoe. I don't know. I think maybe I have to pick up the shoe just to make the end of the story and see how the last of the experience goes. But let me know below. Do I go get the shoe or not? I mean, and yeah, I'll update you guys tomorrow with tomorrow's daily dump. We'll see what tomorrow brings us. Peace out and good night.